Hey guys, what's going on? Saturday, sitting here at noontime, still drinking coffee, going through the community, and of course, I see that this community often rewards people or does a shout out to people that are in the top 10 of contributors for the week. And so, I want to show you how to leverage your time. I want to show you something that I do that I feel can be extremely valuable to you. I open up everyone's profile in a separate tab, and I go to it because I want to see how they interact in the community. If I flip over here to Sarah, I first check always at the top and just see how active they are on school. And then I scroll down into comments and I look at how they comment. Like she's tagging people that she thinks the post might be relevant to. And then if I scroll down here a little bit farther, I see a post that she actually made right here. And I'm going to click on it and open it. And I'm going to look at the interactions. And then right off the bat, with this particular post, I can see that she's actually talking about something that someone has tried and it's worked, and that's framing and changing the narrative. So this is extremely freaking valuable. And like, I can't honestly believe that, we get things like great post. Well, what I would share is like, what do you think is good about it? What are you going to use that you just learned here about reframing in your own business? And then can you report back to us next week and tell us what happened when you implemented this change? This is an amazing post. It talks about the pivot right here of something that somebody that's massively successful in school was going to take out of their group and how they reframed that to give urgency to people and then did a pivot. I mean, this stuff like this is freaking gold if you take it and apply it. Let's keep going because I'm hoping this is helping you guys. So we'll get out of Sarah. Let's go to who's this? This is Eric. Not doing anything. All of a sudden, all over it on school. Been a shout out as a member of the community for like member of the month or something like that. So somebody I definitely want to check out. I'm going to scroll down again. Well, look at this. I can just right away 2 days ago. I'm going to click on his and pull this up. And I'm going to start reading. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, so you guys all know I hate reading out loud, but creating the introductory and free training for my community has been a huge eye opener. Well, right there, like this, knowing that for a community, there needs to be some sort of introductory free training that kind of funnels people into the process could be invaluable, right? So this is something very important to maybe apply and then report back as to how it's working for any of us. Sean, and he commented on something that I did, and I saw how Sean comments on things. And this was the comment that I met him through right here, going through, and see right here. This is more than just somebody saying great post, or just he's giving feedback here. So totally love this reframe idea. I used to be afraid to use them accurately, negative connotation, but the kids and others took it to reframing it. So he's talking about how he's used reframing in his own life. So, again, valuable information. So he's definitely somebody that I'm going to put on my radar and keep looking at what he's doing. Which brings us to Sam. All right, Sam, super active on school. You better do something here on Sunday though, because otherwise you're going to lose your flame there. Got to get those 10 interactions done. But right here, right, she's asking for, or here's somebody that's asking for help, and I'm going to see hers as a larger comment, and I'm going to go to it and see you might be able to do something with the rest of your about page. She gives some feedback here, but I don't see this person right here asking her for like more details. And here's one again with Sam on a post that Doug just did an hour ago, right? He's talking about doing things on a Saturday. And right here, she's like, I love this. I'm actively working on recreating my morning routine. I love this idea of doing all week too. I'm usually very good about doing it during the week, but not so good on the weekends. And right here we have, I need to do this as well. Well, ask her to do it with you. That's what community is all about. Find an accountability partner that has similar goals and similar things they want to do, and you guys do it together. Like if Lori asks Sam, what's your plan? How do you plan on doing it? Should we create a Notion document? Should we share it? And come up with solutions to level yourselves up. I mean, right there is a prime example of, instead of just saying, I need to do this, let's do this together. It's just a shift. It's a slight shift, but I'm telling you, like these slight little shifts for this community and all of us is just going to raise the bar so much. So here's Tiffany. I was going through hers. Looks like she I read this one. Looks like she lost her flame. Just so all you guys know, they're trying to do this flame thing. For me, it's UTC time. The day ends at 5 p.m. specific standard time every day. So it reshifts. So if I get some activities done in the morning, and if I do some after 5 p.m., if I do like 10 after 5 p.m., I'm already got 10. So, that could be a little quick hack for your productivity to if you want to get this flame thing that Doug's doing. But I'll go through again and just kind of check out what she commented on. You know, this is incredible. Like if I was Alfonso, I would have been like, okay, what's incredible about it? What got you to read the whole thing? These are important feedback things to ask because like, did the title make you want to read it? Was the first line that kept you reading more? These exercises, by doing them, they not only help the person that you're giving the information to, it's also going to help you because you're going to realize in your own content, in your own posts, in your own videos, your own VSLs, whatever you're doing, you're going to see it from other people's eyes and other people's perspectives because they're not seeing it the way you see it. But if you ask them how they're seeing it, it helps both of you to make things better. And I think that's such an important thing. It's not just a one-way street there. Like if I'm delving into questions asking like what part of the title, was it the emoji, was it this, was it that, I'm trying to do it as an exercise for both of us to think about these things and go through it and figure out what made you read to a certain point and then click off, what made you get all the way to the bottom and then click on the video, how much of the video did you watch, where did you click off, where did you get distracted, why did you get distracted? Like all of these things are super friggin' important. And if you want to keep learning at like a linear level, which I don't, but if you want to keep learning at a linear level, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you wonder why people take these huge gaps and jump and start doing things way better, it's because they take all the feedback and they use it as like wisdom. Instead of just gaining knowledge and going linearly, they take everyone else's knowledge, they combine it all together, and that's wisdom. And they jump way ahead because they take the feedback from everybody and everybody's perspectives instead of just a little bit at a time. So here we got Sherilyn, and she's fairly new, but just wanted to scroll through some of her stuff. Encouragement, a little bit more looking. Okay. Like here she's offering something, so I'd definitely click on that. Okay, so what she's doing here is she's talking about consistency. She thinks it's something that people struggle with, and she says my struggle, right? Relates it back to her experience, which is super important because now it's real. Boils down to clarity. How do I even pull this off? Is this the best direction? Or I'm sorry, is this the direction I want to stay in for years to come? Is this something that people want? And then she goes back to giving like maybe some advice like you won't know until you put it out there. Well, we can always change you to I, like I won't know until I put it out there. So let's just comment on this one. What will you put out there this next week to be consistent? And of course I can't spell, so we're gonna have to hit that. Thank God for those things. All right, so now we are to what I feel is the MVP. The MVP of the posts that were put on this community this last month. So let's go right to him. It's gonna be this guy. I don't even know him, Yuki. I've never had an actual interaction with him, but this is how I found him. It's in the community, go through, see that he's an honorable mention in the last 2 weeks in the top 10, see that he's super active. You can read his bio, come right in here and start scrolling down, and boom, his post from 2 days ago, art of high ticket enrollment. Okay, I click on this and I start reading a first person account of how he does his high ticket enrollment, and I'm blown away. I'm like, why doesn't this have more interactions? It only has like 23 comments and 20 likes. This right here, the way that he empathizes with his client, the way he guides her from where she is to where she wants to be, builds the gap. This right here is a frigging masterclass on how to sell pretty much anything. And it's all documented. This is one of the most high value posts I've seen in the entire group. If we can do more posts like this in this group of personal experience, what worked, what didn't work, even if he went through and told us what didn't work, that would even help too, right? There's a couple things in this valuable post that really stood out to me, and this was one of them, is that he doesn't even present his offer unless the person has checked both boxes. And so he's listening, asking good questions, but he has nothing to offer, nothing to sell unless the person has expressed, that gap of where they are and where they want to be. He asks for permission even before he essentially offers anything or talks about price. He asks her, is it okay to make an offer to you? And this is also a Russell Brunson technique. It's used just to make sure that you're on the same page, that the person wants to hear what you're about to offer. And in here, he talks about sitting in the uncomfort, like just sitting in the uncomfort and letting them guide themselves to what they feel they need to do to break through or to move forward. It's so good. So he talks about right here that he gives some sort of like unusual guarantee, but it didn't actually change her fear and resistance. So he asks her, what is holding you back when you have nothing to lose with this guarantee? He's gotten rid of everything and really delving into what's stopping you. And this is just amazing what happens next. So he's eliminated all the external things, and she says trust. She goes, oh, I mean, I trust you. Then he asks a deeper question, right? Are you not believing in yourself that you can really make the change you want and live the life you deserve? And boom, right? He breaks right through into what the main objection actually was. I mean, this, amazing. Thank you for posting this. And I absolutely friggin' love this next part right here, that he explains to her that she doesn't need to believe in herself. She just needs to believe in him and how much he believes in her. Ah, man, that's so good. Then after that, he asks for permission again, like, do you want to do this? And she answers yes, without any resistance or hesitation. I highly recommend this post, that you find it and read through it. It's absolutely amazing. So then I was scrolling through, saw that Richard's in this group, so I started scrolling through all of his comments, and it's really interesting how you find things, right? But then I found Kevin's, and it looks like Kevin did something like 23 lives, so I clicked on that, and then I started to see, I went into Kevin's YouTube, because that's where all this stuff is hosted. And what I noticed here was some people were talking about how they watched his and gave it a thumbs up. Well, I go to Kevin's YouTube though, and I'm seeing just like low view volume on what he's been putting out. And so I started thinking, like, how do we help Kevin? We need to watch these as a community. I mean, here's somebody that's really contributing into the community, super active. He has a message, he has an offer. We need to figure out, how do we get him more attention? Like I ask for myself, what about his titles? What about his hook, how he opens the video? What about the pacing? What are all these things that we can look at and start analyzing for him as a collective community to help him improve, because he wants to. He's literally putting himself out there and doing all these lives. But what we need to do for him as a community is being like, all right, so I liked this part, I clicked off here, this title didn't grab my attention, it didn't motivate me to want to click, it didn't pull me in. And I will just offer a little bit of advice to Kevin here is shorts, man. Start getting little tiny VSL commercials and start putting out a YouTube short every day that is attention grabber, and then use a call to action to one of your lives to push traffic there. Because with a short, you can easily get 1,000 views pretty quick with something that's short. To get 1,000 views on one of these longer form content, it needs to have that initial push from somewhere from the shorts to get more people spending more time with you to get to know you. So that would be my little offer of suggestion. Because Kevin, start making some short, making those like with a hook, a problem, how you're going to solve it, and then CTA, and just do that little formula, and then just send people to your long. So I don't know if you guys found this at all helpful. If you did, hit me up down below in the comments. Let me know if this is going to help you leverage your time, and let me know how I might do better videos like this. Again, I don't know at all. I'm here to learn with you, but being in this community for the last month or so, these are just some of the things that I've noticed and that I'm trying to practice. And if you think that there's some feedback that you can give me to help me be more of a contributor and help more people in this community, please just down there, let me know. Thanks so much. See you soon. Enjoy your coffee.